Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today we're going to talk about a couple things. Actually, I had to make notes so I don't miss anything. Children, having children with your wife. Should you have children? Did you have children? Maybe she already has children. Maybe you're gonna be coming into a household of stepchildren, and how many? Marriage, heartbreak. I got a story about that from a gentleman and his wife and raising kids here in USA. So we're going to talk about all three of these topics today. So stay tuned. Today I want to talk about some things. The reason why I'm doing this is because questions from some subscribers. There's many guys are saying, okay, my wife, my fiance has children, and what is it going to be like raising children here in the Philippines? Well, it's no different than raising children anywhere else in the world. There's pitfalls, and there's advantages, and there's disadvantages raising children here. It's really a completely different world. Their focus is a lot different than what they are in U.S. And what I mean by that is they have a lot of festivals and a lot of things going on in the classrooms and you may find, depending on where the children go to school at, their teachings. I'm just going to say this, and don't get mad at me, teachers. Some teachers are like they are anywhere else in the world, whole class, and some do not. We had a teacher that, and I'm not going to say what grade because they may watch my videos. She was a great teacher. She did really a good job, but she's overpowered with 60 students, and it was really hard for her to teach. So she really had a hard time with it. And or would come home and I said, "What'd you do today?" "Well, not much anything. It was just a day we just went and played, you know." So there's quite a bit of that goes on. There's a gentleman coming here. His name is Scott. He's from the United Kingdom. He has his wife, his fiance, has 5 children, and say, what is it going to be like for me to raise 5 children? These children range in age from 3 and up. The oldest is 16. Now, you're going to find that's going to happen. Now, this just came out to him. He immediately started out with a lie. She said that she didn't have any children. Now she says she has children because she knows when he gets here, he's going to find the truth. A lot of times what happens, Filipinos sometimes may sneak and say that they have children or don't have children, and they really do have children, and they want to keep it because they really want things to be perfect for them to get a man, and it's understandable. But you have to be honest. Honesty is best policy. Or I'm just going to say honesty is best policy. You have 5 children, tell them you got 5 children. You got 4, tell them you got 4 children. Now, there was a time when I first started dating the lady. How many children do you have? Well, I have 2. And so, okay, fine. And then later on, the lady I was dating, she ended up telling me I have 5. She let it slip out. 5. 5? You told me you had 2. No, I didn't. I told you had 5. You know, so there you go. Immediately started out with a lie. So, bye-bye. Having kids in the Philippines, should you or should you not have kids? A Filipino, a lot of times, and Enrique just did a video on this too. A lot of times, should you have kids? You can actually, that's a decision on your own. If you're, you got to think about this too. You're going to be 67 or 62 or 63, and you're going to raise a kid. Will you be there at 82, 83, 84? Because you want to see the child graduate and things like that. A lot of guys my age are having children. A lot of guys have a lot of children at this age, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we all have that happen, and this is a choice you have to make on your own. Everything that I say or anybody else vlog or says out there is choice you have to make on your own. Can you afford it? Can you do it? Is it going to be pleasurable? Is the noise going to be annoying after a while? If you get a house full of 2, 3, 4 children, is the noise going to be getting to you so much? Can you be able to do it? It's okay in the beginning, first year, second year, third year, but raising children is a really different animal all the way around. It's a really different animal because they're your stepchildren, number one. Number two is there's going to be really a lot of immediate need in the beginning. They're going to need clothes, they're going to need school, they need classrooms, they're going to need shoes, they're going to need uniforms. Uniforms here, everybody wears uniforms. So there's a lot of things you got to make sure that they have that available. You got books and papers and health. Make sure they get their proper treatments for health and dewormed. They still deworm kids here because the food and the water and things like that has a lot of amoebas and parasites in there. So I'm going to talk about this other story real quick, and that's the choice you have to make on the children with 5 stepchildren, 3, 2, whatever. And that's the choice you have to make. I mean, I put some thought into it with Ruth and RR, and I knew that, okay, I can handle it because she's at 8 years old, 7, 8, and I said, okay, I can easily handle that it's been fine. I mean, sure, we have our pitfalls. We have our times where things aren't perfect, and she's getting to the age she talks back a little bit, and she's going to get mad at me saying that, but we won't say that, right? Having kids, marriage, heartbreak. I had a gentleman, he's been married 3 years now. He's a U.S. guy. He's been married for 3 years, and everything was fine. The first couple of years, now he's on the 3rd year, and things are not going so well. They have 2 children. One is by him and one that she had previously. It was a 3-year-old. And so he has a newborn child now. Ever since they had the baby, she's just really been distant. And now she basically, he found out some things that she cheated and talking to another guy online. I don't know what the circumstance that would be. So after 3 years of marriage, he said, now what do? I have a child by her, and I'm here in the Philippines. I sold everything I had, and now I'm here. So what do I do now? I have to take care of my child, number one. Okay. In doing that, I'm going to have to take care of the other child that she had before I came, and I probably have to take care of the children after. Well, and what does that mean? Children after. Well, if she's messed around now, he's already left her. He left her. So she's probably going to be with somebody else, the boyfriend she's talking to now. And come to find out it was an old boyfriend that she had before. Not the father, but in between the father and somewhere along the lines. And it's just a longtime friend. They got back together without this American knowing this. And he's devastated, as anybody would be. Does it happen? Yes, it happens. And it happens to all people on this earth. It happens to all. Nothing is set in stone in life. Nothing is set in stone. You would hope that it would be. But so he's 3 years now. He said, well, no, now I have to send her money every month, which takes care of everybody. That's the way life works. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. You can't send money just for that child and don't expect she's going to spend it somewhere else. She may spend the money on flowers and not spend any money on the child. She may spend the money on something else completely and not do that. And that's what I told him. I said, you can't do that. He said, what is a fair amount? I said, that's between you and her. What is a fair amount? Well, is 100, 200, 300, 400? What are you surviving on now? He said, we survive on about 30,000 pesos a month. I said, well, and that's with all the extra fancy things that we have. I said, okay, you're surviving on 700 a month. You just have to figure out what rate it would be. I would think that something 15,000 a month or 20,000 a month here in the Philippines would be something fantastic because the average salary is 12 to 15. So there you go, per month here where we live. And he's not necessarily where he's in Mindinao. And Mindinao's so huge. He's down way down there somewhere. I'm just going to say down there somewhere. And he's a vlogger. So what does he do with that? I say just get an agreement with her and just send her the money and go on. So sad thing about this thing, really the sad thing about it really is sad. He's going back to the States. I said, stay here for a while. Don't just get on a plane and jump out of here because it's sour. Relationship was sour. Now, there is sometimes this happens too when you have stepchildren. Relationships can actually go sour. And you may be married to her, and you have 5 stepchildren, or 4 or 3 stepchildren you're responsible for. Now, what could they come after you for that? I don't know, but you can get if you leave here and you don't take care of the kids. I don't know if they can do what they can do, but I'm just saying that's something that you better be prepared for. I mean, if you have children and you get married to one who already has the children, you take on that responsibility of those children no matter what. Now, I don't care what age they are. I don't care if they're 25 years old. Even though a 25-year-old can help the mother that has a younger sibling take care of their family. Well, do they do it? They do in some cases, but they don't always do it either. Just because you have a child and they're 16 or 20 years old, 25 years, has a job, you think everything's fine. It's not always that good that way. In other words, it's not something that the child will take care of their parents either. There's many parents that are hungry, but their children's living a life of Riley. Yes. And that happens just like anywhere else in the world. Philippines is family oriented. In a time of need, they stick together. But there are people out there and there are children out there at this day and age that don't take care of their parents, don't help their parents along. And the parents are hungry. And the parents, I can tell you of 2 families that I know of presently that are in that situation, that the children don't help at all. They kind of leave the parents in the lurch. And that parents always took care of them, was never mean to them or rude to them or anything else. So it does happen. And no matter what, it happens. I feel sorry for the guy. He married to her. He's been together for 3 years. She cheated with another guy, and he calls it cheating. Well, she's talking to someone on the phone and been talking to him on the phone and been on Facebook. See, too, another thing I want to bring up before I close this thing out, too, is not knowing the languages, not knowing what's going on in life can be detriment. It's like you need to understand, if you see somebody clicking in on Facebook, you don't look at it. I don't look at Ruth. I trust her. But then again, too, it's good to have the knowledge that you could, understand what it is. Because if somebody's clicking on my phone, you don't think that someone's going to look at my phone? Same. And it's going to be the same in someone's household because it's click all the time. And so in this case, he said it was constantly clicking, and she's always on Facebook. Facebook can be a detriment to a relationship. It really can be, because the kids are on it, the parents are on it. I have to get Ruth to show me how to work the thing, because I know there's Messenger and I know you can leave posts and I know that this, that, and other about it. It's just like YouTube, but I don't know all the particulars about a lot of things that has to do with Facebook. All I know is someone sends you a friend request, you say okay, and then one thing's another, and then all of a sudden you got 900 friends before you know it. And everybody has 10 Facebook accounts. I don't understand all that, but I do understand that if you have children that's been married, that you're coming in, you got to really think about this closely. Stepchildren, think about it closely, because it's going to be your responsibility, and it's also going to be kind of tough. Because if they're going to college, if they're planning to go in college, and you got 5 kids you got to feed every day, and I didn't ask them about the 5 children by one person or 5 children by multiple guys. I did not ask any of that. I felt bad for the guy anyway, and I felt horrible about it. And so it's just one of those things. And the heartbreak for the guy having a heartbreak with his wife cheating, it just kind of like floored me. It happens. So I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos, and I want to thank everybody for always staying on the channel, and I appreciate it very much. God bless everybody, and thank you. I'll see you guys next time.